It's Brett Cowell, and this is my wrap of Dallas Startup Week 18. Firstly, what an amazing week it was. So thanks to Techstars, Trey Bowles and the deck, and all the volunteers and panelists for putting all their time and energy in making it such a special week. I didn't quite know what to expect going in. It was my first startup week, and being a startup entrepreneur myself, I really had to think about the opportunity cost of either going to the sessions or spending my time on the millions of things on my to-do list. But I decided to jump in with both feet, and I was glad I did. I went to all the sessions I could fit into my day. I talked to hundreds of people and drank gallons of flavoured water. I think cherry was my favourite. So I wanted to summarise the week in 3 ways. We're all aware that things are changing in business in the digital age, but what hasn't changed are the fundamentals of business. Secondly, what was surprising? And thirdly, what was my one takeaway from the week? So firstly, what hasn't changed in business? Well, my first takeaway was that customer service and relationships are still key, not surprisingly. Yasmin Tadia from Make Your Life Sweeter told an anecdote about someone she'd done business with 5 years ago that just recently led on to a new lead and a nice line of referral business. Secondly, marketing must still deliver an ROI even in the digital age. As we're grappling with likes and retweets and all of these sort of things, what actually moves the needle in the business? And Cynthia Smoot had some great perspectives on that. And thirdly, entrepreneurs still solve problems. Cara Golden from Hint told a story about how when she was diagnosed with skin cancer on her face, she struggled to find natural sunscreens without oxybenzone in them. So she decided to develop and launch her own, which became Hint Sunscreen. So that's a nice segue into what has changed. Now, I was surprised but pleased to see large corporates embracing external innovation and entrepreneurs. Some more stories from Coke Industries and TGI Fridays about how they've worked through and developed a process and capability of dealing with entrepreneurs. There was a story about, in the early days, the entrepreneurs coming in and saying, let's fail fast and fail often, as you do. And then that being a little bit too much for the corporate folks, they kind of said, we make money around here, we don't fail, get out of my office. But over time, I think they learn a mutual respect and way of working, which is, okay, we break things, but we break them on the periphery, not in the core business. So the second thing I thought was interesting was the point on branding from Sharma Haida, Zen Media. She said branding's no longer about what we say about ourselves, but what doing business with us allows our customers to say about themselves. I thought that was wonderful. And lastly, I heard from Bree Clark from the Almond Project and Lavender and Mint Designs about businesses that are native to social media, but then moving into the real world with in-person meetups and then kind of forming a feedback loop from those, from filming and photographing those events and putting that back on social media to build a buzz around what they're doing. I had lots of practical ideas that I wanted to take away and apply to my own businesses. The first thing I want to do really is just say thank you to all my supporters and to my customers, the folks that turn up to the events, the guests that come on the podcast and other shows. Even being a so-called solopreneur is a bit of a misnomer because there's so many people that are behind the scenes and in front of the scenes making this happen, so thanks for that. The other thing was really that authenticity came out as a really strong theme, and originality and inventiveness. And I wanted to take that away and actually try and show more and do more of who I am and my view on the world and what I'm trying to achieve. I recognise that I'm actually a native of a number of different groups. I'm a native of the corporate environment, having been there for 18 years. I'm a native of entrepreneurship, having started several businesses, and I'm a native creative. That's the thing, working with artists and developing my own creative projects. I've been spurred on to develop a LinkedIn video series called B-Side, which is coming soon, which is a fresh look on business, culture and society, so look out for that. So lastly, thanks to everyone. I didn't get to meet everyone at Startup Week, but I hope you had a good one. I look forward to seeing you at the next one.